This is great. I'm really glad that your paintings are surrounding you right now, because I want you to really see something. Look.
Let's put this in the context of the period of American history we're looking at here. Okay, what year are we talking about? This book is published in 32.
Those are the compounds that I want you to do. Making as much of the compound as you can from the original stuff that I gave you.
20.59.
You can't connect them going other ways. You can connect an A, for example, from the right, but you can't connect it from the left. It's Egyptian.
How do you make this fun, accessible, delectable, tasty? I think of myself as a teacher as someone who's sort of spreading out a smorgasbord and making it appetizing. How do you make it appetizing? That's what I want to do.
So the integral diverges, which means you can't really calculate that area under there.
Is that sort of impossibility going to happen every time you have a...
One of the things about Milton is that they always have a higher level and they'll always challenge you. So if you want to put into academics and you want to excel in academics or one particular course that you're very interested in, there's always room to grow and you're never limited.
Where I came from was a little tiny school. It went from like second grade through high school and it was just like 100 kids. So I had no idea about like courses or anything. And then I got here and here was this huge book of stuff that I had to pick from. For me, who had never seen like a course catalog before, it was really amazing to see this book full of all these choices.
He's obviously got you cornered in this position, right? So where can you go for safety?
Drum.
Drum? Or
the bench.
Try one or the other, okay? And then follow. It's like, yeah.
Ever been in a plane?
Have you ever been in a plane?
No.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Here is another pamphlet that I think you should read.
Thank you. Thank you. Now use the bench, right? This is safety, that's safety, okay?
Okay. So he's not dragging me, he's pushing me away. Milton sort of never lets you get bored, because if you're sitting down, if I were sitting here, I wasn't talking to anybody, I would feel very guilty for not doing anything. Well, I should be reading this, or I should be doing some extra work for Middle Eastern history or philosophy, or I should be working on my music or doing something. So you're always feeling guilty until you get to senior spring, and you think, finally, I've finished, sort of.
We do try to deal with people as they are and not try to produce a common product. We're not trying to march out of a Milton Academy a group of children who've been processed and made similar. In other words, there isn't a right type that we're trying to finish off and put out of here.
So you want to play the melody?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
也穿蓝颜色吗？你的衣服也是蓝颜色吗？
I've been taking Chinese for 8 months now. I began in September, and I just couldn't pass that opportunity up. And plus, you know, I am Chinese. I'm 100% Chinese, and it has given me the opportunity to learn more about my culture, to learn more about the feats, the achievements of the Chinese race. I've learned the language, and so now when I go to dinner with my relatives, I can converse with them in Chinese. And that's just the most amazing feeling, I think.
When you get in the dorm, it's just a collection of all these people around the world. And like in the beginning of the year, I would just spend all night just talking to people, trying to figure out where they were from and what it was like where they lived. That's really exciting.
No, I haven't talked to her about it yet.
They switch rooms in the girls' dorms 3 times a year. So you get a variety of rooms and roommates. And that's been very valuable for me, knowing how to deal with people my own age in that situation. You know, you find yourself being friends with people who are completely different, you know, than you are, which I think is really good in itself, because, you know, just you have to deal with them, and you know, that you can just come, I mean, there's some amazing friendships that really come from that, I think.
I'm from Washington, D.C., and I was born and raised there. I live in a predominantly black neighborhood, and all my life I've gone to predominantly black schools. So, obviously, coming to Milton was a big change for me. When I opened the door, as soon as I walked in, a guy came up to me and extended his hand to me and introduced himself. And the first second I got here, I made an automatic friendship. And that helped a lot. We're still friends, and we've been in the same dorm for 3 years.
Straight.
First day of track season, we were asked to run a relay, and the person I was passing to, I'm the first leg of the relay, I actually didn't get along with her too well at the very beginning. She was new too. And by the end of the day, we had just become best friends, and I've been best friends with her ever since.
Track overall is something where it's mastering pain. I mean, it hurts to run it when you're actually going out there, but when you sit back afterwards and you haven't run your fullest, you think, well, you know, I could have done better, and I could have just taken it for that.
And I like playing team sports much more than individual sports. It's not so much that I do it for sort of athletic achievement and skill, because it's not, you know, I'm not a very skillful player, but it's fun to be with people and to work as a team on something. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I don't know, I just get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Don't do it as in an acting scene. Just get to your knees and fall. No, you're just doing it too fast. So try the last couple of lines, okay? Adieu. Head down, that's right. Now, all again. Beat, 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 and then down.
Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood?
Thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood?
We are forced to ask the critical question in the United States today.
Slower.
Will Corazon Aquino make a good president? And, well, the answer to the question is that it's really too early to tell.
Yeah, I think if you bring right in there the sense that if we are going to answer this question, first we have to look at what a good president means. It doesn't zero in solid enough, so I know what's happening. So
Okay.
that reversal is very good. That works well.
But Deb, I haven't been able to do this for 4 years.
I know, but you can do it. That was exactly right, because you gave me 2 sources, and also you only gave me 1 sentence for what the economy was like rather than
Okay, let me try that again.
more.
Let's see if I-
One of the things, as you know, which I like to do is to project past the last page of a novel and sort of see where I think they're going to go.
We are a traditional academy, and we will always be teaching the traditional courses. and things. I mean, there's always going to be Latin, chemistry, physics, higher mathematics, English, all those things will always go on at this academy. And yet we also want to include in a lot of things to make them the kind of people that are going to be of real service, I suppose, or good citizens in a way for the 1990s and the next century.
Just an example of how many different things Milton gives you an opportunity to get into. I came expecting to do math and science, you know. I don't know if I'm ever going to take an art course. I ended up being very interested in ceramics and decided to continue this year. I started with a sculpture course in the fall and then moved to ceramics in spring. You know, never go for the safe instinct. Look for the random element that's going to really be a little striking, and you'll find that it fits in somehow.
You're pushing the paint back and forth in a way that really allows it to breathe.
Sun in one place.
Decide if that's true, if there is no light there, and all your light is going to be captured here in the foreground, let's say through this area, and maybe dappled right here, then make this go very back, very far back. Make this.
We look for people who love to teach, for whom the life of the mind and getting children excited in the classroom is something they like to do, something that turns them on.
There are several other poems of this general sort, and the sort of composite picture seems to be...
This faculty, I think, is one of the most concerned and supportive of their students, of any that you could find, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for people with good scholarship, but who are very human people too.
Be that much more aware of what you have to concentrate on as you shoot.
Before I came to Milton, I had been sort of a goal scorer. You know, I was a forward, and perhaps my passing skills hadn't been developed. Now my coach, Mr. Lake, emphasizes passing. You know, all our drills are they're about passing, to be able to work with your teammates, to get that kind of communication level up. I'm a more complete player now, thanks to his coaching.
You don't have to break stride, a little touch on the outside and it's on.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, Johnny Lee! Johnny, what? John, up, John! John! Johnny!
Advisors do take their responsibility very seriously, and they make the time to meet with their advisees on a one-on-one basis, and it is during those moments that the real caring and the real individual attention gets lived out.
If this kind of pattern exists now, why wouldn't we have more riots? The best things about school are people. It's your friends, your teachers, the interactions you have with those folks that are on the faculty or who are in the student body of the school.
I think that just about everyone here has something very specific to offer. And I think that everyone here is also really treated as an individual. You're not just a mind, an academic mind to a teacher. And you're not just a kid. You're a real person.
To choose Milton is to give you a school that will provide you support, no matter what the area is. If what you need is personal support, you have friends from all over that are willing to give that. If it's academic support, you have teachers that are willing to put in the effort to keep you going. But it's that support that really brings you through Milton, not just that I graduated and I did it, but that I enjoyed it and I had fun